DZAM, subok na sa balita. DZAM, halikin ang katotohanan. DZAM, makabagong bayanihan, serbisyong tapat sa iyo. DZAM, member of TGOC.
Around the world as the time hits to exactly midnight. This is koolNews Primetime. I am Cairo. Okay, it looks like we are experiencing some technical difficulties with DJ Sen's microphone. Sen?
I love voice mod. And I'm
All right.
DJ Sen, live from CEN headquarters. You are listening to us nationwide and worldwide via DZAM with simulcast with our friends at News Radio 93.1. Well, if this setting seems familiar to you, well, it really is. We start this morning's broadcast with the Palarong Pambansa delegates are safe and the playing venues were not damaged, as the Department of Education made this assurance after a little earthquake was felt here on Saturday morning ahead of the Palarong Pambansa opening ceremony later evening at the Ferdinand E. Marcos Memorial Stadium. As after the tremble, the Incident Command Post mobilized the Bureau of Fire Protection and regional safety officers to immediately inspect all billeting and playing venues, including FEMMS. The little tremor that lasted for about 10 minutes at around 10:40 a.m. here emanated from a magnitude 5.4 tectonic earthquake which struck offshore near Luna in La Union at 10:36 a.m. According to the Department of Education, as of this report, no injuries or major structural damages have been recorded. All delegates are safe and there is no cause for alarm or panic. With aftershocks expected and safety being the top priority, DepEd advised everyone to stay vigilant, as they added that the Regional Incident Management Team has earthquake response protocols currently in place within the area. The Department of Justice has dismissed the criminal complaints filed by former President Rodrigo Duterte against high-ranking police and government officials over the June 2024 raid on the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound in Davao City. In a resolution released on Thursday, state prosecutors ruled there was no probable cause to pursue charges of malicious mischief and violation of domicile. The complainants arose from the police operation at the KOJC's Glory Mountain compound, where roughly 400 armed officers raided the premises to arrest Apollo Kibuloy. Duterte, who filed the complaints in his capacity as KOJC administrator, alleged that the officers entered the compound unlawfully by presenting only an arrest warrant and not a search warrant. He also claimed that police forcibly breached the gates, injuring several individuals and caused extensive property damage. Responding to the allegations, the police officials denied any wrongdoing and insisted they acted within the law. The dismissed complaints named several top officials, including Philippine National Police Chief Brigadier General Romel Francisco Marbil, former Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr., PNP Regional 11 Director Brigadier General Aligre Martinez, and PNP Director for Operations Major General Ronald Oliver Lee. In its resolution, the DOJ underscored the presumption of regularity in the performance of official functions. Prosecutors said that there was insufficient evidence to prove malicious intent or to conclude that the police entry into the compound was unlawful. The department concluded that the operation was legally justified and conducted within the parameters of the law. The police operation was launched after multiple criminal cases were filed against Pastor Kibuloy, a televangelist who refers to himself as the appointed son of God. He is facing a human trafficking case before the Pasig Regional Trial Court based on accusations that he forced members of his church to solicit donations under false pretenses between 2014 and 2019. The case filed in 2021 carries a penalty of life imprisonment. A separate child abuse case was also filed against him before another Davao court, involving allegations from underage victims. Pastor Quibbs, who was once closely aligned with the Duterte family, has denied all allegations and dismissed them as politically motivated. His repeated failure to appear before the courts in early 2024 led 3 different courts to issue arrest warrants against him between February and March. He went into hiding shortly thereafterwards, prompting the large-scale police operation at his religious compound in Davao City. And relating news to the West Philippine Sea, as the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources remains committed to conduct marine research missions in the West Philippine Sea despite continued aggression from the China Coast Guard. According to BFAR spokesperson Nazario Briguera, who said during a news forum on Saturday, in Tagalog translated to English, this is not the first time that a water cannon was fired at a BFAR vessel. This will not stop us from performing the agency's mandate despite the irresponsible, aggressive actions of the Chinese Coast Guard in the West Philippine Sea. The BFAR official made the pronouncement after a Chinese Coast Guard ship fired a water cannon and sideswiped the agency's vessels in Pag-asa K2 or the Sandy K. According to the Fisheries Bureau, its ships BRP Dato Sanday and BRP Dato Pagbuaya were on a routine mission with a scientific team to collect sand samples in the area as part of a marine scientific research initiative. The BFAR said that the incident happened within the territorial sea of the Philippines in the area of Pag-asa Island and Pag-asa Kai 2, which are both part of the Kalayaan Island group in the West Philippine Sea. Briguera said, "This will not be the reason for us to stop doing our mission, the mandate of the agency in cooperation with our concerned agencies like the Philippine Coast Guard. We are in the maritime zone that is part of Philippine territory. We have the right to conduct our activities in accordance with the mandate of our agency." In a statement, the China Coast Guard said it took, quote, control measures against the Philippine vessels, which it said, quote, illegally intruded into waters near Subi Reef and Sandy Cay. CCG spokesperson Yu Dechun also claimed that one of the Philippine vessels, quote, dangerously approached and collided with a CCG ship, and that responsibility lies entirely within the Philippines side. Briguera dismissed the CCG claim, saying the Briguera dismissed the CCG's claim, saying that hindi ito ang unang pagkakataon na naglabas tayo ng ebidensya kung sino talaga kumbaga ang gumawa ng provocative actions sa mga ganitong pagkakataon. The BFAR official said that CCG's moves on its vessels would entail thousands of pesos dun sa damage kasi itong mga barko natin hindi basta-basta yung mga materials ng mga barko natin. Thousands, maybe millions of pesos would entail thousands of pesos to repair the damage because our vessels are made of high-quality materials. The cost may be thousands, if not millions of pesos. Whatever the case may be, he added, whenever our vessels sustain damage, they must be brought back to home court to assess the damage. Over 500,000 firearms and prohibited items across the country were intercepted by the Office for Transportation Security in the first 4 months of 2025. The seized items, in addition to guns, consist of ammunition, gun parts, sharp objects, flammable substances, and incendiary devices. The OTS added that in line with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive to prioritize national security and public convenience, the OTS was actively working to ensure that security measures did not cause unnecessary inconvenience to passengers. The agency is adopting a risk-based, intelligence-driven approach to enhance transport security. Additionally, they are collaborating with the Department of Transportation with its attached and sectoral agencies to ensure that policies prioritize the convenience, efficiency, and rights of travelers. Airport authorities are reminding passengers not to bring firearms, amulets, gun replicas, and similar items to avoid further delays and inconvenience during flights. In the world of politics, as the battle for the Senate leadership in the next Congress has become even more interesting, as re-elected Senator Amy Marcos on Friday claimed that some of her colleagues have expressed their support for her to replace Senate President Chis Escudero. But President Marcos's elder sister, who had criticized her brother's administration over several national issues, did not categorically say if she has accepted her colleagues' support endorsement. According to the senator, quote, the most important is reform in the budgetary process. We should also start with electoral reforms, including reforms in the political parties, which have become mere tools for personal ambition rather than public interest. Whoever will be elected by our peers, whether it is me or not, there are certain congressional reforms that need to be undertaken. The senator, who left the senatorial slate backed by the president and sought the endorsement of Vice President Sara Duterte in the midterm elections, had confirmed that she would be joining the, quote, Duterte bloc in the Senate when the 20th Congress opens in July. But Senate President pro tempore Jinggoy Estrada believed that Escudero would be able to keep the leadership of the upper chamber despite the supposed clamor of several of his colleagues to install a new Senate chief. According to him in a mobile phone interview, everything is still possible, everything is still fluid, but I'm confident that Escudero will still retain his position as Senate President. Former Senate President Tito Soto has secured a historic fifth six-year term as senator, had already expressed his interest in reclaiming his previous post upon his return to the 24-member chamber. Estrada has downplayed rumors that he would replace Escudero as interim Senate President when the regular session resumes on June 2, saying, quote, I will decline it, that is not true. Escudero has previously said that he would leave it up to his fellow senators if they still want him to lead the chamber. The MMDA has assured motorists caught violating traffic rules using the No Contact Apprehension Policy or NCAP that they can challenge their apprehension even without physically going to the MMDA office. Erring drivers can, quote, contest what they think is erroneous apprehension, according to MMDA Chairman Don Artes. He said in an interview over a radio station on Thursday, quote, they just have to click a form on our website. They don't have to go to the MMDA to contest. He also added that the MMDA will no longer confiscate driver's licenses as this is the mandate only under the Land Transportation Office. In its advisory, the MMDA says traffic enforcers would no longer run after erring drivers along EDSA, C5, Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon Avenue, Roas Boulevard, Ortigas Avenue, Macapagal Boulevard, and the Mabuhay lanes, as CCTV cameras for NCAP are installed in these areas. Violations caught on CCTV will be, quote, reviewed and validated before the agency issues notices of violation. Over the news at Vatican now, as Pope Leo XIV on Saturday appointed Luis Antonio Cardinal Tagle as the new titular bishop of the suburban Diocese of Albano, one of the most important dioceses in Rome. The appointment read, quote, the Holy Father has assigned the title of the Suburban Church of Albano to His Eminence Cardinal Luis Antonio G. Tagle, Pro-Prefect of the Dicastery for Evangelization and the Section for First Evangelization and the new particular churches. The position was previously held by Pope Leo XIV when he was still a cardinal. Pope Leo XIV, previously known as Robert Francis Prevost, was elected on May 8 as the new pontiff of the Catholic Church after the passing of Pope Francis. And the world of economy now, as the International Monetary Fund said that the Philippines' economy remains resilient despite external challenges. However, the IMF noted the flag slower growth prospects in the near term due to subdued global demand and lingering uncertainties. In a statement on Friday following a week-long mission in Manila, IMF Mission Chief Elif Arbatli Saxgigard said that the Philippines is largely shielded from the direct impact of newly announced U.S. tariffs. Still, broader global headwinds are expected to weigh on the country's economic expansion. These include slower growth in major economies and heightened policy uncertainty. She said that growth is projected at 5.5% in 2025, slightly lower than previous government estimates, and 5.8% in 2026. The IMF official also said that the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or the Central Bank of the Philippines, has room to further cut its benchmark interest rate. This is so given that inflation has slowly considerably dropping to 1.4% in April 2025. That is thanks to last year's tariff cuts and government administrative measures. The official added that core inflation was also subdued at 2.2%. This reflects easing price pressures across a broader range of goods and services, where it reinforces expectations that overall inflation will remain within target for the rest of the year. Despite lower inflation, the IMF official flagged potential risk that could push prices higher, where this includes global supply disruptions, weather-related shocks, and a weakening peso. Now on our cool weather forecast, as two weather systems will continue to bring cloudy skies and scattered rains in parts of the country, as cloudy skies, according to Pagasa, with scattered rains and possible thunderstorms due to the effects of ITCZ are expected in Visayas, Mindanao, Palawan, Sorsogon, Albay, and Masbate. Meanwhile, the rest of the country will be having partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the easterlies. Moderate winds with moderate waters may be felt over extreme northern Luzon, while light to moderate winds with slight to moderate coastal waters will be observed over the rest of the country. Temperatures in the Philippines will range from a minimum of 25 degrees to a maximum of 34.6 degrees over the next 24 hours. Sunrise in Metro Manila will be at 5:26 later this morning. Don't go anywhere. The news continues when koolNews Primetime returns after the break. Stay along with us.
Ito ang serbisyong natapat sa inyo. DZAM, a member of TGOC.
Start your day with the intimate meditation of God's holy word.
Jesus is the one who brings the deepest longings of our hearts for peace to satisfaction.
Turning Point with Dr. David Jeremiah. Weekdays 5:30 a.m.
That the Bible and the content of the Bible is living, it's energetic, it's powerful.
From the programs of FEBC Philippines and 702 DZAS.
Di tayo magkakamali ng akala kung sa Diyos tayo ay nakaangkla.
Angkla every Saturday.
Samahan po ninyo ako at tayo ay mag-aral ng mabuting balita ng Panginoon.
Ang paglalakbay every Sunday.
We'll be keeping it all about Jesus. It's the great story here on Haven Today.
With Brother David Woolen. Weeknights 12 midnight.
We want to help Christians know what they believe and why they believe it, how to live it, and how to share it.
Renewing your mind with Dr. R.C. Sproul. Weekends 12 midnight. To know and love God is the heartbeat of the gospel. The mission of PCFB Manila, only here on Cool FM.
Pinoy Pop is on the rise. Sa sariling tinig na atin, truly their talents are always born to win.
Every step we take, boundary we break, there's nothing going to win. We're born to win.
Back to back.
No, we man. No, we man. No, we man. No, we man.
To fresh favorites. Mas umaalam kahit saang sulok ng bansa. Sakay na tuwing Biyernes kasama yung Chupel, Lisa Maguban. P-Pop Express. P-Pop Express. Fridays, 2 p.m. Dito lang sa iyong himpilan at tahanang Pinoy. Cool FM. #1 sa Metro at Mega Manila.
Hello, buenas noches, Filipinas. My name is Blue Wave and you're watching Sábado en la Noche with Blue.
Gotta go fast. Blue Wave 5 speeds up all the way through your Saturday night prime time.
At my joy transmission po ang SPC bukas 6 a.m. Ay, uli! Pero hindi mo kami katulad. Isang side lamang ang iniisip at tinatanggap.
Showbiz, technology, all things Bini, and more. We've got you covered.
One last word, Mika, I love you. Bye.
Cool FM and SVC Studios presents Sábado en la Noche every Saturday nights on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home. #1 in Metro and Mega Manila. Simulcast on SVC Radio 1 and SVC 2.
Ready your weapons. Get set. Rock!
All hands on deck with the Rock Master, DJ TVH. Your afternoon prime on all things rock and roll, from the internationally known songs you love. Hanggang sa masigabong tugtugan na ipinagmamalaking atin. Rock Weekdays with GAG, 4 p.m. dito lang sa Cool FM. Ang inyong hipilan, ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Metro at Mega Manila. Here's to your late night party rock, hitting back from the old and all the way to today. Taking over with the greatest Filipino media enjoyer has ever lived. The Computer Parts. Poppin' Rappin' Sundays, 9 p.m. on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home. Number 1 in Metro and Mega Manila. Korean vibes in your area. Get ready for your ultimate playlist all the way from Seoul against the world.
I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, Calling into you, yeah. You have stolen my heart, oh yeah. Never let it go, no, never let it go,
Turn up the party with Lisa Malubat on K-Music. Weekends, 4 p.m. on Cool FM. Number 1 in Metro and Mega Manila. Mapapakul ka sa weekday na tugtugan ng ating nag-iisang tahanan. Kasama ka namin dyan. Feel Good Mornings, weekdays 10 a.m. Music Zone with DJ Sen, Fridays 12:30 p.m. Rock Weekdays with GAG, 4 p.m. P-Pop Express with Lisa Mangubat, Fridays 2 p.m.
Feel like my blink twice. Are you naughty or nice? Maybe add a little spice if you try to me.
Tuloy-tuloy ang araw-araw na party at home, at work, or on the road dito sa inyong hipilan, ang inyong tahanan. Cool FM, number 1 sa Metro at Mega Manila.
Maybe he's just looking at me.
Have you been dealing with heartbreaks lately?
The one you needed. I love you.
Unwind and let your iniquities fly away.
Take my heart away. Believe I'm here.
If ever you're in my arms again, this time
Because of you, I never strayed too far from the sidewalk.
Your timeless favorite hits through the night. On the go, on the road. Evening Drive. Weeknights daily on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home. Number 1 in Metro and Mega Manila.
DZAM, subok na sa balita. DZAM, halikin ng katotohanan. DZAM, makabagong bayanihan. Serbisyong tapat sa iyo. DZAM, member of TGOC.
Okay, welcome back to koolNews Primetime. As we head over to international headlines now, Hong Kong has said it will open its universities to more international students, highlighting those affected by the US government's move this week to block Harvard from enrolling foreign nationals. The sharp escalation in US President Donald Trump's long-standing feud with the prestigious university came as tensions simmer between Washington and Beijing over trade and other issues. The Trump administration's decision on Thursday, which was temporarily halted by a U.S. judge after Harvard suit, has thrown the future of thousands of foreign students and the lucrative income stream they provide into doubt. On Friday, Hong Kong Education Secretary Christine Choi called on universities in the Chinese city to welcome outstanding students from all over the world. For international students affected by the United States student admission policy, the Education Bureau has appealed to all universities in Hong Kong to provide facilitation measures for eligible students, Joyce said in a statement, noting the ban on Harvard's admission of international students. She said local universities were making use of government measures, including relaxing the maximum limits on foreign students to attract more to Hong Kong. Hong Kong University of Science and Technology on Friday invited international students enrolled at Harvard, as well as anyone with offers to attend the elite school, to continue their studies at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. It said in a statement, HKUST is extending this opportunity to ensure that talented students can pursue their educational goals without disruption. The university will provide unconditional offers, streamlined admission procedures, and academic support to facilitate a seamless transition for interested students, it added. And Suriname, South America's smallest country, is preparing for an inflow of cash from a huge offshore oil find. The president insists that the population will receive a direct share of the wealth. The Dutch-speaking nation of about 600,000 people expects to rake in about $10 billion in the next decade or two. Crude extraction is set to begin in 2028. Projected output is 220,000 barrels per day, up from about 5,000 to 6,000. This is a country where 1 in 5 people live in poverty. From 2028, we will be an oil-producing country, President Chan San-Tok-hee told AFP ahead of elections Sunday. Voters will elect lawmakers who will choose the next president. Tan Kok Hee is one of several candidates in the running to steer the former Dutch colony. It is wedged between Brazil, Guyana, and French Guiana. It will be a huge amount of income for the country, he said. We are now able to do more for our people so that everyone can be part of the growth of the nation. The oil money is invested in agriculture, tourism, health, education, and green energy. Aside from that, some of the oil money is paid directly to Surinamese citizens under a program Santoki has dubbed Royalties for Everyone, or RVI for its Dutch acronym. It's their share, he said. Victorine Moti, a finance ministry official responsible for the fund, told AFP, the whole population of Suriname is eligible for this program. Everybody who was born before the 1st of January 2025 and had the Surinamese nationality. In figures, it's 572,000 people. All eligible citizens can register to receive a one-off payment equal to $750. The amount will be paid into an account with an interest yield of 7% per year. With this certificate, they can go to the bank and they have two options. They can withdraw the money or they can choose to save. Hopefully, they will try to save and not cash out immediately, said Moti. The first beneficiaries are the elderly and disabled, paid with funds advanced by banks. Next in line will be people age 60 and older. And then next, once the revenue starts flowing in 2028, is the biggest group of people aged 18 to 59. People who save their money for 10 years will receive a bonus of $150 on top of interest earned. And now, as we head over to the showbiz and anime updates, Cho Young-woo and Cho Yi-yoon lead the cast of the upcoming fantasy romance K-drama Head Over Heels. The show follows a student attempting to save the life of her very first love. It is directed by Kim Yong-wang and written by Young Ji-hoon. Hee Ki-yoon portrays the titular student Seung-ah living a double life as a shamaness during nighttime when she encounters Young-woo's Gi-young-yu, who suffers from an unlucky fate. Through her shamaness abilities, Seung-ah sees Gi-young-woo walking upside down, meaning his days are numbered. Falling head over heels for him, Seung-ah vows to save his life, the show synopsis goes. And now, as we head over for the rest of the anime headlines, Kadokawa unveiled on Saturday a new cast member, the returning star of the second teaser visual anti-2026 airing window for the fourth season of ReZero, starring life in another world. For I placed the new character Sharula seen in the teaser visual. So there you have it. So that's the latest anime news. And one more thing, there will be a major anime event that is Crunchyroll Anime Awards taking place later today at 4 p.m. With that, that is all for the headlines this early morning on Cooley's Primetime. For more news, updates, and information, keep it right here on DCAI. Your feedback is very much appreciated. If you wish to send one, you can send it to at PGOC or to our email at tvhthephilippines.news@gmail.com. This has been Cooley's Primetime. I'm Cairo.
Well. Before we leave the airwaves, I wanted to add some words before this broadcast has ended. Well, it is actually true. We have managed to bring back the classic duo of koolNews, isn't it, Cairo? It's honestly very amazing that we have managed to pull this thing off after so many months of absence.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while, like since we started anchoring like last March or April of last year, and we have been anchoring together with koolNews at 5, and then now koolNews at 6, and then here we are. We are back at it once again with yours truly, TJ Sen, and me. Together, we're going to be anchoring koolNews Primetime every Friday midnight and possibly Saturday midnight. Isn't that right, Sen?
Yes, it is true. You heard that one right. We will be on the airwaves keeping you in touch with the latest news and information every Fridays and Saturdays at midnight right here on DZAM. Once again, I'm DJ San. Until then, hope you have yourselves a very good morning. Stay safe and take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go have yourselves a peaceful sleep. This is DZAM, your trusted news station. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!
Good night!